Hey guys, Bryan delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for another album review for one of the March 11th releases for new albums, of course. And this is for the third album I'm reviewing out of the four. The next album's probably going to be Wolves at the Gate for Eulogies. So this album review is for Bryan Adams, So Happy It Hurts, that I just got done listening to. I'm sorry if I'm doing something with my mouth or whatever. I just got done eating and yeah. Um but yeah, I got done eating lunch and all that, so it was a good lunch, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for this 12-track album from Bryan Adams, So Happy It Hurts, his 15th studio album, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Sorry if I'm rubbing my mouth or whatever. It's kind of sweaty in my house because of the AC malfunctioning or whatever. But anyways, yeah, So Happy It Hurts, the opening track, the title track, of course, is not a bad way to start the album, but I don't know if it's my favorite song. It's a solid track. It's just there's some moments where I don't know if I like it or not, but it's a solid title track. So 4.5 out of 5. It did come out as a single, so it's not too terrible, I guess you could say. Next song is Never Gonna Rain, and that was a pretty solid song too. So 4.5 out of 5. Didn't hate it as much. Bryan Adams' vocals in it sound pretty good, so it's not that terrible of a track. You Lift Me Up is the next song, and that was a decent song. There were some moments in the lyricism that kind of felt cringy, but at the same time, I guess with his vocals, it kind of works to an extent. But I'd give the song a 4 out of 5 in my opinion, because it's decent at best. Um, I've Been Looking for You is the fourth track on the album, and it's only 2 minutes, so it's not very long. You're not in for a very long track, but it's a pretty solid track. It's not too bad. So 4.5 out of 5. Always Have, Always Will. I actually like Bryan Adams' vocal potential in this song, where he raises his voice pretty good, and it doesn't sound so bad. So 4.5 out of 5. On the Road was an average track. I don't know if I feel for this song that much. There's some moments where it's good and some moments where it's kind of cringy to listen through. But for what it is, it's an average song, so 3.5 out of 5 for me on that one. Kick Ass was not too bad. It had a weird opener with someone narrating in the song with his narration. I know the voice that narrates the first minute and a half of a track, but the song itself, it's decent. So 4 out of 5. Um, I Ain't Worth Shit Without You was a decent track too. So I'd give that a 4 out of 5. There's some moments in the track that have its strong points, and then when you get to the chorus, it kind of gets a little weak, but has a few strong moments in it. So 4 out of 5 for I Ain't Worth Shit Without You. Let's Do This was, mm, it was a fine song. It's just decent at best. So that's just my opinion, but hey, the album's coming out tonight at midnight, so it's not that far away. So yeah, uh, you'll if you do like this album, that's awesome. Cause I'll respect you if you have a liking to this album or whatever. But yeah, um, Let's Do This is getting a 4 out of 5 in my opinion. It's decent. Just Like Me, Just Like You is an alright song. It's solid for what it is. Um, there's some moments where I like certain lyrics in the song and how Bryan Adams is singing it, but it's the execution is how this overall sound of the song is turning out. So 4.5 out of 5. And the last two tracks are getting 4.5 out of 5s as well. Because Just About Gone didn't sound so bad, but the last song did have some cringy moments. These are the moments that make up my life, is what it's called. And that wasn't a bad song, but kind of sus a bit. Meaning cringy from certain lyrics in the song. Uh, but I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5 because the track didn't do so bad towards the end of the song. So overall, production, mixing, and execution, I think Bryan Adams put out a not a bad album. It's average at best, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on it. Just how I felt when I was listening to this whole 12-track album. It's not a very long album. You're in for like almost a 40-minute listen, so not too bad. But overall, I think Bryan Adams' So Happy It Hurts album is an average album. I guess you can listen to it if you want to. Um, when it comes out at midnight tonight on streaming platforms. So, yeah, I was able to find it early to download it. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad for that. But at the same time, yeah, it's an average album. So first score for me, I'm giving Bryan Adams' new album, So Happy It Hurts, a 7.5 out of 10. Almost got an 8 because there were some moments where I thought I was going to give it an 8 out of 10, but there was one song that kind of brought the rating down, which was On the Road, and another song called Kick Ass as well. So those songs were average to decent at best, in my opinion, at least in my opinion. But you don't have to agree with me on it, just how I felt when I was listening to this album. So comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Bryan Adams album, So Happy It Hurts, if you've heard it. And if you enjoyed this album review, and keep in mind this is just my take on it. If you don't like this review, you can watch someone else's review when they upload their review. But I'm just expressing my own opinion on it. So hopefully you can respect my opinion on this album, on what I thought of it. But if you did enjoy this album review for what it is, hopefully you did, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you for the Wolves at the Gate Eulogies album review. That's going to be the next album review that I'm doing. So definitely tune in for that. And yeah, I think Motionless in White Cyberhex is the next track review I'm doing. I gotta see when I'm able to find the song, of course. But I hope you enjoyed this new Bryan Adams So Happy It Hurts album review. Did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Like I said, it's not my favorite album, but it's an average album. It's going to be on my decent to good albums of 2022 by the end of the year. So definitely tune in for that video come December of the end of this year. So yeah, I'll have the Death on the Nile movie review after I do these next two videos. Or maybe I'll have it before I do the Motionless in White Cyberhex track review. I haven't decided yet, but you'll see a video uploaded for Death on the Nile in due time. So definitely stay safe, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in my next review.